Hello and welcome to my first monthly vlog. I'm going to start doing these very randomly. Um I didn't make one for February. I was really busy in February, so beware I skipped that month, but I'm going to start doing these. This is for the month of January. The month of January I did have one more market. I had my first market at the glass coffin, and it was my first market of the year. This is the beginning of the month. I do Skillshare every here and then, and I was watching a training pretty much on SEO and why SEO is important for my website, as well as like little tips and tricks and just mistakes that artists do common. It was a really good little training that I watched. Well, not so much a training, it's like a learning video, but it was really good. I definitely recommend watching this course. Then I also had to catch up on some YouTube videos because I started getting to the point where I didn't have any more scheduled, and I also had to go ahead and work on some reels. I actually had a couple outfit things that I did in October where I did like 31 days of Halloween outfits, but I ended up doing it with my sparkling punk bags on some of them. So I decided to make it kind of a little promo way to promote these on my TikTok and on my reels. This is when I actually started to get into TikTok very heavily for sparkling punk, and I don't know if y'all know, but I went from 250 followers on TikTok that had zero traction. I had tried posting videos and it didn't get like many followers for quite some time, so I kind of just stopped. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna pick it back up. And this is when I decided to start posting 6 times a week. I mean, sorry, 6 times a day. Yes, that is correct. I post 6 times a day. I still do it. And I used trending sounds, still do. And I ended up using this one sound with the video that I actually ended up recording at the end of this market. One of the videos that you won't see in here, but it ended up getting so much traction. It still does every here and there, and it got me up to 10k in just 1 month. I am now at 15.3k, and it's now March, so it's pretty insane. I don't even know exactly how I got to that point, but yeah, posting 6 times a week, trending sounds works. I also had to prepare for my market at the glass coffin, so I ended up making these new little face covers. As you can see, I'm just awkwardly waving at the camera. I wanted to do face covers for over like these surgical masks because that's what I end up using a lot. And this is when, Rona started picking back up again, so wanted to have that double coverage. I also had to just kind of clean up my office. I am pretty much of a neat freak. A lot of people on TikTok point out how organized my office is. It's really organized because I can't be in an unorganized space for long periods of time. After a while, it actually gets me unfocused and just really distracts me. I end up not doing as much work as I would want to get done if my space is very unorganized. A lot of the time when I craft, I end up laying out the things that I'm going to be using and only the things that I'm going to be using. And as soon as I'm done with it, I end up cleaning my space, putting everything away. My goal is also to finish everything I have to do on that very same day. If I don't, then I go ahead and make sure to move it over to my next to-do list. As you can see, I have a little pile right there of fabric, and I'll do that. Like, I'll leave little piles, but nothing major because then it drives me nuts. And then, as I said, I was editing videos in the month of January. I ended up editing, I don't know what video. I think it was for my Rocio Jimenez cosplay YouTube channel. And then I also worked for my full-time job. If y'all don't know, I do work a full-time job of 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. I am working my full-time job, and during my lunchtime, because I work from home, I have the opportunity to focus on my small business or just catch up on video editing or anything like that, which is really nice. I started working from home at the beginning of the pandemic and I absolutely love it. I am a homebody, and if you told me I had to go back into the office, I would be very upset. Thank goodness I don't have to, because working from home has literally been a game changer, not only for me personally, but also for me goal wise and work wise. I feel like I've grown so much as an adult and as a person actually working from home, which actually says a lot. It's really weird. I'm definitely more introverted now, though, even though I am an omnivert. And I also want to start working out again in January. So here's me thinking I was dancing so great, because one of my favorite ways to work out is doing Just Dance. I also ended up getting these really cool gel pens. This pack had a bunch of shiny ones and matte ones, and I organized them in this new little sleeve that I ended up buying. I haven't used it much, but I was thinking maybe I could start drawing with them, sketching with them, or just writing my thank you notes with them for my orders. I have always wanted gel pens. I don't know about y'all, but I never got the opportunity to get the gel pens with like the sparkly notebook growing up. My cousin always had it and I always wanted one. So I'm so happy that I was finally able to get some gel pens. So enjoy while I'm just organizing my gel pens. Wasn't that so satisfying seeing all the colors in there? I only had to put some in the pouch in the front because I ran out of space, but overall they fit in there. Back to my dancing, as I randomly just dance, because I will randomly dance throughout the day. I had to get ready for the glass coffin market, which by the way was one of the coolest markets I had ever been a part of. I definitely would love to vend again at the glass coffin. I can be a little socially awkward sometimes, so I definitely have to reach out to them again, see when they have another market going on, because I would really like to do another one. It was really fun to vend with them and just, be there. This prep literally takes a bit of time. I had to pretty much get everything out. What I end up doing is I end up unstocking, like, I don't know how to explain it, but unloading all of my little totes, and I try to organize all the little things like the earrings, phone grips, pins, keychains, things like that in a very accessible area. Over time, I have kind of improved my little layout of things. The things that I don't have online, then I'll keep them in little mini totes, but I want to make it easy for me to be able to pack orders, and that's pretty much how I set all that up. I prefer to take these little mini totes to events because it's just so much easier. I'm able to put labels in them. I'm even able to go ahead and have the price tags in them, so when I am not using the certain ones that have their own space, because I have little boxes and stuff for my pins, I'll go ahead and stack my totes on top and put the price tag in these totes. That way when I'm ready to go ahead and get my products ready for an event, I just go ahead and put them in that box because they're labeled for that box. By the way, I'm not looking at the camera. I actually was watching a TV show. If you don't know, I have ADHD, so I am constantly multitasking. it's really weird. I can't just sit still. I always have to be doing something because I feel like I'm wasting time if I am just sitting there. So I was watching a show and I was putting stuff away and I was organizing and doing all sorts of stuff. It just kind of keeps me focused, which is really weird. I had to, explain it to my boss when we worked in the office that I normally have to have something else, running in the background because I can't just focus if there's nothing else going on. It is very awkward for me. I feel very bored and then I get sleepy. So this kind of just keeps me entertained. I don't know how my mind does it, but my mind does it. So yeah, let's go ahead and just continue organizing and getting ready for this market. There's quite a bit of little boxes up there, as you can see, so I hope you all enjoyed this little section. And now that we're done, we're at the glass coffin. This is the glass coffin in Austin, Texas. Excuse the very dirty lens. I forget to clean my lens, but this is my booth setup. This was my first time doing a event that got dark, so this was interesting. I had to go ahead and get some lights and stuff, and it was not a windy venue. This was the first time I had done a market where it wasn't windy outside, and I was so excited about it because you never know, if it's going to be windy, but it wasn't windy. It wasn't super cold, even though it was supposed to be really cold, and it was awesome. Now, I also needed to go ahead and restock my Pride Flag Witch Hat stickers because they are honestly my number one seller. I completely sold out of my transgender ones, so I am restocking the transgender ones, which actually ended up making me think of my next Pride Flag Witch Hat pin. The first one was the Progress one, and the second one I actually ended up ordering, which is now on my website, is the transgender one because I am going kind of by what sells out next, and the transgender one was the one that sold out. So I'm checking to see which one is the next one that's gonna sell out. I also had to go ahead and restock my Gay Pride ones. There were so many that I had to restock, y'all. It was a lot of sticker making during this time, but sticker making is always so much fun, so I don't mind it. I only mind it when I can't get the printer settings correct because I tend to forget things a lot, or when my cutting machine isn't working the way it wants to. When it is, it's so satisfying. When it's not, it is a nightmare. But overall, things went well. I had a couple misprints on the colors because the Pride Flag ones, the Gay Pride Flag ones didn't want to come out perfect. The purple was coming out like magenta, and I didn't want that, so I had to color correct that, but it's okay. I got them in the very end, and we were finally able to restock those stickers. Those are all restocked on my website. One of the requests that I got was the Straight Ally sticker, which I will be making very soon. I just need to find some time to go ahead and make that sticker. There's so many things I want to add to the store. It's just I'm one person, but I do take note whenever people tell me, hey, I see you have this variation. Can you go ahead and make this variation? And if I can, I definitely try to do it. After the market, I had to unload all of my products and put everything away. So that is pretty much what I'm doing here. Is I'm folding up all of the rest of the skirts that I had left, making sure that I put them in order form. I always go from extra small all the way to 4XL because I now provide 4XL skirts. In case you didn't know, my 4XL skirts are up to, I believe it's 80 or 83 inches in waist, which is amazing because I can provide skirts to so many sizes now. Size inclusion was something that I really have thought about, and I really wanted to provide back when I did my first convention in 2021. It broke my heart whenever I had some plus size girls that came into my booth and they really wanted a skirt, but I didn't have anything their size at the time. It wasn't on purpose or anything. I honestly just didn't have the time to make so many skirts and all the sizes. So this year I focused really hard and I ended up making sizes up to a 4XL, which in my size chart stretches all the way over to like 83 inches, so I was really happy about that. I also had to go ahead and do an inventory recount for all these skirts, so I do go ahead and pull up my site and make sure that I have all of the skirts checked in there. What I end up doing is in my listing, I actually end up putting the exact description of each skirt that I have, because I normally have a photo of the skirt print of, it could be a short skirt, a long skirt, but it's going to be that same exact print. And then I end up going to put like the length of the ones I have available in my description, as well as in the actual checkout section where they choose, it's also in there. So normally I go ahead and go back in when I sell one and I delete that little section. I will keep like the grayed out listing sometimes, but I will go ahead and just delete the section in the description part. That way they know that it's not on sale anymore and I don't have that size anymore in that length. Sometimes I completely sell out of a certain size, so I will remove it from the parentheses section I have in my listing title as well. So I have to do this after every single market, every single convention. I do inventory recount for everything that I sell, and it definitely lasts like all day for me to be able to do this. It is a very exhausting process, but you know, it's part of the game. This is part of the background stuff that nobody really ever sees. Now, as you saw, I do organize all of my skirts just in this one little cube. When I make a lot, it's just like exploding of skirts. I didn't know how to organize them, but I think this is definitely a better process than what I had before. Before, I would keep them in this duffel bag that was in one of my closets. It's in the hallway, and I actually like this way better because I feel like everything's in my office. It's ready for me to grab, and I don't have to worry too much about it being, in a bag that I have to go shuffle through. It's literally just in the little cube. My other cubes are full of costumes, believe it or not, because I'm a cosplayer, so it's a little messy. I also do my halters in that same little cubby where I'm putting my t-shirts in. So my halters and my t-shirts go in that little cubby, and then also I have like a little thing that I put in there with current little tiny projects that I'm working on and I need to finish. So those three little shelves are kind of my small business shelves, and the rest are all my costume shelves. I maybe need to donate or get rid of some of my cosplay stuff, but I rather not. It is definitely one of my favorite things to do when I am, it's more of a hobby now. It used to be like a job, but it's more of a hobby that I just like to do every here and there. As you can see, I'm very neatly folding my halter tops. Like I said, I'm kind of a neat freak, and things have to be folded a certain way. If they're not, I get a little antsy about it. So normally if you receive a halter top from me, it'll be nicely folded like this, because I like things to be nicely folded. If they're not folded like this, it was probably because the package got tumbled around or something, but most likely the halter top will be folded on nicely like this and crisp. So remember when I said that I have cubbies for my pins? Well, I do. So I ended up adding this little section up here. I got this idea from my friend Kawaii Art Cafe. Y'all should check her out, small business owner as well. And these little cubbies have some of my little products, but these little like bins that you're seeing me put my pins in right now, these are from the Container Store. They are extremely expensive. So I only bought a really small set, but I don't make too many different types of pins, so they're a good little starter. I know if I expand my pin collection here, I'm definitely gonna have to get more. I know some people end up getting like little tiny ones from Daiso, but I wanted bigger ones, so I ended up just buying the ones from the Container Store. They are very heavy duty. I was able to put like a little insert that they sell as well, and I just kind of easily can organize them in there. If I get an order for one of those pins, I can just go ahead and grab it and then pack it directly into the package. So yeah, these are super nice. They're just kind of pricey, but they are cheaper than Amazon, and I like either having white or clear type of packing furniture stuff. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but that's kind of my aesthetic because of light. I'm a big person about bright lighting and being able to record in my office even when it's dark outside. So yeah, I just like how the light reflects off of all this white type of storage that I have, and that's kind of why I decided to go with the Container Store ones. If you are fine going with a smaller version, definitely check out Daiso though if you're looking for something to organize. All right, so it looks like we're in a new day. I am now working on restocking my ghost plushies. I wanted to go ahead and make sure that I had ghost plushies for Hill Country, and I started working on the prep for Hill Country in January because my ghost plushies were really popular last year, and I wanted to make sure to restock them. Making my ghost plushies is honestly one of my favorite parts. The body of all of my plushies is loom knitted, and then the hats are all crocheted, and then I stuff them. I also go ahead and cut the felt accent pieces by hand. I don't use any Cricut or anything like that, so every little piece is unique, and then I go ahead and hand sew. So all of this is done by my hand. I love doing the loom knit though because I have back problems, and it just allows me to go ahead and lay back on my chair, not really have a care in the world, and just continue while I binge watch some shows. I have scoliosis and I have bottom, like, lower back problems, so like it's just super nice to just be able to loom knit and kind of get out of the world for a little bit while I do it. And yeah, it's just really calming and fun to do. I gotta stuff these little guys. I always, can mess with how much stuffing is there. Sometimes I make them a little bigger headed, sometimes I make them tiny head. But it's always really fun being able to stuff these little guys because I get to mold them with my little hands, and it's always so much fun just being able to do this. Stuffing the little ghosties is always so much fun. One of my favorite things to do, especially being able to create the neck, is always a blast. also had to adult in the month of January, so if you don't know me well, I collect all of my receipts to make sure to add the sales tax to all of my receipts and be able to file that in my taxes. I do my own taxes for business and personal. I love doing my taxes. I know you will rarely ever hear someone say that, but I love doing my taxes. I like getting my tax return. I like putting in the time. I have a lot of fun, so I make sure to collect all my stuff throughout the year. As soon as I get my W-2 and my 1099s and all of that stuff, I file my taxes immediately, so I literally sit there for hours and do my taxes. And here's another dance for you guys. I wish I could play the music for y'all, but I would have literally gotten a huge copyright strike because Just Dance songs are still copyright striked. So just enjoy while I'm getting in the feels of the dance. It was such a good song. As soon as I heard it when I was editing and I was taking the sound out, I was like, man, I want to do some Just Dance again. Because I was really busy in the month of February that I actually stopped working out and I just started focusing on making product. So I really miss it, but look at me groove. I think I dance so well. It always embarrasses me, but at the same time, I'm not embarrassed. I don't mind being silly like this. I actually end up dancing at my markets a lot of the time. If you've seen me in person, I am a lot of the time dancing at a market if there's music. So dancing is in my blood. I'm a Latina. I have so much fun. My mom loves dancing too. She's into Zumba and all that stuff. I got it from my mama. Bye everyone, look at me, bye. Alright, so now to go ahead and make a skirt. So one of the things that I wanted to start making is elastic waist circle skirts slash skater skirts. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try. This is my little mini iron. If you haven't met my little mini iron on TikTok, it has like a little face. It's really fun to use, super cute, and just really nice and compact for me to have it on my desk. But yeah, I want to go ahead and make some little like circle skater skirts. I can only go up to a certain size because of the length of my fabric and the paneling, because the more paneling the bigger the skirt, and because it's elastic waist that means it's going to be even bigger. So I don't exactly know what size I can go up to, but this was super fun. I have only made one, and I don't think it's sold at Skellington Curiosities yet, but it is at Skellington Curiosities. It's very flowy. I even wanted to keep it for myself, but I need to sell, it comes out really cute. Just wait and see. Just check me out, look how cute it is, and look at the flow. And this is an elastic waist skirt with front pockets. You know me, I always have to include the front pockets. Look how cute it is. Oh my gosh, I was living. I also had to go ahead and take some product photos for my Patreon launch. This is my first ever Patreon for Sparkling Punk, so I decided to go ahead and take some product photos of the first stickers I ever made for the Spooky Mail Club, which is what I call it. You end up getting an acrylic pin and 1 to 2 stickers a month, all for $15. That's included with shipping, and I only do US only for now, but it's so awesome. I currently have 4 patrons for the month of March, since we're in March now, and they are so awesome. Last month I ended up having 6 or 7 patrons, I believe, because I had a really cute like bloody heart pin. And then the first month I believe I only had 1 patron, so like it's super cool. I always tell people, you could go ahead and pledge, and then you could unpledge before the month is over so you don't get charged for next month. Any support is absolutely amazing, and that way you all still get the stickers and the pins, and you were able to support an artist through a month. Don't be afraid to pledge to Patreons, because any time you pledge, it is so helpful to us, even if it's just for 1 month. I'm not getting too big of a profit of this. I mainly just do it so I could go ahead and continue to expand my creativity. I maybe get like $2 per patron, maybe, or like $1. I don't really get much in return, but it's really cool being able to make these you know, custom designs that are only for Patreon, and just it's nice. This is the end of the monthly vlog though. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you like this, please tell me in the comments. I'll see y'all later.